The Committee on Ways and Means, to whom was referred the Senate bill to continue the safe placement of newborn infants, Senate number 2177 amended. The board recommends the same ought to pass with certain amendments in Section 1 by striking out.
If there be no objection, the clerk will dispense with the reading of the amendment. The chair has no objection.
The Committee on Steering Policy and Scheduling reports recommend the matter be scheduled for consideration by the House with the amendment recommended by the Committee on Ways and Means pending.
Mr. Finegold of Andover moves suspension of the rules. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed nay. The ayes have it. Rules are suspended. Second reading of the bill.
An act to continue the safe placement of newborn infants.
First question comes on adoption of the amendments recommended by the Committee on Ways and Means. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed nay. The ayes have it. Amendments are adopted. Question now comes on the bill as amended to a third reading, pending which Mr. Finegold of Andover is recognized by the chair.
3 years ago, this body passed the Safe Havens Law, which allowed a mother to drop off their newborn within 7 days to a hospital, police station, or a manned fire station without facing criminal prosecution. This became law in October 29, 2004. And in that time, there has been 6 newborns that have been saved. And we actually had a 7th. However, the baby was 3 months old and therefore had to go through normal adoptive procedures, but we do credit the law for saving that child as well. And when we first passed this law, there were some concerns that we would lose biological records, that there would be heritage stripping, medical stripping, background stripping, and we would not know the background of the child. But since this law has passed, we have found out all the information of all the children that have been turned in. 4 of the women came back to sign adoption contracts, and the other 2 women, their family and backgrounds were known. In addition, we have also established the Baby Safe Haven Hotline, 866-814-SAFE, which has received over 100 calls since its inception, and to date, 35 mothers have completed parent counseling or adoption programs because of this hotline. Now let's look at before the law was passed and after the law was passed. The pre-law, we had 13 babies abandoned, and of those 13, 6 of them died. Of the 7 that remained, 4 of them came close to dying. And of the 7 that did survive, they were anonymous. There was no heritage, no medical background. So think about it. Since we've been able to pass this law, we've had 6 babies that have been turned in. We know all their biological records, and they're now in safe and loving homes. And this program that has been passed in Massachusetts has been modeled throughout the country, in Hawaii and in New York. And we've also expanded the program. We've been doing advertising on radio stations. We have Baby Safe Haven signs that is all around the state. And so far we have 100 signs that are posted. And you can actually check one out if you just go right down the street right here near Mass General. Recently, Hawaii became the 48th state to pass a Baby Safe Havens law. That means that right now in the United States, 99.5% of the population has a Baby Safe Havens law. So why are we here today? We're here today because we want to make this law permanent. We have proven that this law works, that it saves lives, and does not harm the mother or the baby in any way. So, Mr. Speaker, I respectfully ask that this vote be passed, that this law that has worked become permanent. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chair recognizes Ms. Hawkins of Needham.
In the years leading up to the passage of Safe Haven in this state, the data revealed a 40% national increase in infant abandonment. This problem clearly required some action. The resulting legislation had to satisfy a delicate balance between promoting parental responsibility and establishing a safety net where the welfare of the infant would remain the #1 concern. A key component of this balance was establishing a system that was not a carte blanche for ill-prepared parents, but instead reflected the reality that we would rather see healthy babies turned over to a hospital, a police officer, a firefighter, or other appropriate professionals than to be left to fend for themselves without any protection. And we can see proof that this balanced system is working because some parents have been held accountable for reckless actions. Since the law's passage, there have been 6 surrenders of infants in Massachusetts. 2 surrenders were ultimately investigated under Section 51A after the infants' toxicology reports revealed an exposure to cocaine and marijuana. An additional benefit of the law has been that the hotline established as part of this law serves as a valuable resource for expectant mothers who were apprehensive, confused, or scared. Well over 1,000 inquiries have been made via the hotline. Nearly a third of all of those calls have related to adoption referrals and adoption advice, and nearly a quarter were requests for emotional or physical assistance. These figures are heartening because they reveal a tangible source of governmental assistance for those who feel they may have nowhere else to turn. The success of this hotline and the support and advice that it provides has been immeasurable and may have been as important as the creation of safe havens in preventing tragic outcomes to these pregnancies.
Question hours on ordering the bill to a 3rd reading. Roll call have been ordered. Roll call machine is now open. Court officers, some of the members indicate a roll call is in progress. Have all members voted? Time for voting has expired. The clerk will display the tally. On this member, 150 members voted in the affirmative, 1 in the negative. The matter is referred to the Committee on Bills on 3rd reading.